It's with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated. Folks, get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this micro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. You came prepared, now get ready for the show. Yo, what up? What up, friends? Welcome to another week of the best NFL college football recaps, picks, and yes, it is Sunday Showdown. I am your host, Omar, the sports professor Fonseca. As always, to my right hand, Club Adida Combat G, and a special guest today, filling in for Dirty Mojo. We appreciate him bringing in his immense football knowledge from the Let's Talk Sports Network, our brother, AP Alan Perales. How is it, my brother?
I just got one thing to say right now. How about them Cowboys?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You needed a game like today, man. You needed a game like today for the morale of the team. It was a great game. Great day for the team today.
Hey, we're going to talk about it. That's a big ass whooping on the board right now. It's score is currently 44-22 with 9:44 left in the fourth quarter. So this game is, for all intents and purposes, is completely over. And Jaden Daniels is injured. So probably no chance for the Commanders to come back in this one. But we know what else we're going to talk about today. And I guess Dirty Mojo might have been a little scared of his Falcons having to go up against Clever D's 49ers because he didn't show up today, Clever D. What's going on?
I don't know. I wish you told me so I didn't put it on my YouTube post saying, we're a Falcon fan and a Niner fan are going to break down the game prior. But, communication is not always good sometimes with certain people. We don't have all cell phones and things like that. But that's okay, Lamar. That's okay. You got your payback for Omar throwing shots, okay? Because he got dubbed today, just like y'all did by the Panthers a couple weeks ago. So that did happen. Just putting that out there, Omar. I hate to, throw that little salt on the wound right there, but I remember you threw shots at him last week. I did. It is well deserved. And then for our special guest, AP, again, thank you for joining us. Tell all the people where they can find you, all of your good stuff, your shows like tonight and everything like that.
Well, Let's Talk Sports, obviously. Tuesday nights, we do our wrestling show on the mat with myself and Mr. First Down. We'll be recapping SmackDown and Raw this week, so that's going to be a fun time. Should be a good Monday Night Raw tomorrow night anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Great SmackDown, too, by the way. And then immediately following that, I'll be on with the guys at the Rec Room Sports Hub, doing their show on Tuesday nights. And then on Rec Room Saturday and Sunday, we do Lock It In, which is our betting show. We do college football picks and props and stuff like that on Saturdays, NFL on Sundays, baseball show on Wednesday. Right now, we're about to hit the World Series. I think Seattle's going to put an end to it tonight. So make it a Seattle Dodgers World Series starting on Friday. And then, of course, tonight's Sunday night postgame show on the Rec Room Sports, where we will recap the aforementioned Falcons and 49ers matchup tonight.
You might be the hardest working man next to Wildcard Mars. Jesus
you and me were thinking the same thing. I was like, man, we're going to have awesome. a work off between you and Wildcard Mars. That's great. Yes. Always putting in that work. You can catch him anywhere on the Let's Talk Sports Network. Speaking of, shout out Canteen, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Please share us to that Bottom Line Sports group so they can see us there, and I'll be hollering at you later. And also shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. Jen Jones, my girl, Jennifer. Damn, that's how you gonna do me. She said, how about those Chiefs? I see how you do me. That hurts my heart. I thought we were here. I thought we were like this. Next time I see you, you're in trouble. But thank you for
at least she didn't mention Taylor Swift. least you didn't mention it.
That is true. People have been taking shots at my baby Tay ever since she left me for Travis Kelce. That's okay. That's okay. Not a big deal. Let's get it moving. Make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. There's a handy QR code up there at the top. It'll take you to all our social medias. You can find Clubber D's YouTube there as well. Please subscribe to his channel. Please tap in with Let's Talk Sports Network and as well, AP, and follow them as well. All right, cool. Hit that like button if you're watching, whether now or on the replay. It is invaluable to us and free to you. So thank you very much. All right, cool. Let's kick this bad boy off. Booty Juice Basura games this morning. But first, we will talk about the game from Thursday. Yes, 31-33. Bengals win at home. Really big loss for the Steelers here. It's not so much about the Bengals, although this is good that Flacco was able to lead them to a win because maybe possibly they can turn it around at 3-4 or hold serve till Joe Burrow gets back. On the other hand, though, for the Steelers, huge loss here to lose this game and go to 4-2. You really wanted to keep a stranglehold in that division. And now with the Bengals getting this win, right now they currently would own that tiebreaker if they were to go into the tiebreaker. So we'll start with our special guest. Thank you for joining us today. AP, what do you think about this Thursday night game we had?
Man, for the AAR people, this was a pretty good matchup. I mean, two quarterbacks over 40 years old, still proving that they can go out there and sling it. Great game by both sides. Pittsburgh needed to get the win here. Obviously, you need to take advantage of what's going on in your division right now. The Browns are the Browns. Ravens not playing great right now. Lamar still out. And, of course, Joe Burrow out for the Bengals. And as for Joe Flacco, you got two of the better wide receivers in the NFL. All you have to do is just throw it up and let him go get it. And that's exactly what Joe Flacco did. He understood the assignment. And what goes unnoticed is what a night for Chase Brown. Probably his best performance, maybe in a Bengals uniform since he came into the league. So
very nice.
Very unsung hero from Thursday night, Chase Brown having himself a game as well. So Bengals get the late field goal to win at home. They definitely needed it. And if you're the Bengals, you kind of feel pretty confident that if you can rattle off a couple wins here, you got a pretty light schedule throughout the next couple months. If you can keep it going until Joe Burrow comes back, you like your chances in maybe getting a wild card here.
Yeah,
I mean that's crazy, right? Could be because just a few weeks ago, Clubber D, we thought that the Bengals season was ostensibly over because of the injury to Burrow.
I mean, you can see the saltiness in Mike Tomlin's tone.
I was waiting for somebody
about the Browns, trading away someone who's good enough to start for you, and then you're going to trade him away. I mean, I'll be mad too, and I'll be pissed. But Mike Tomlin, I hate to say it, be mad at yourself. You're like 0-8 now on Thursday Night Football. Whatever voodoo curse they have on you on Thursday nights, you got to figure that out. Jump the broomstick, eat the chicken's foot. Do what you got to do to win on Thursday night, because that was the game they should have won, and they just weren't adapting. You saw Jamar Chase ran the same play twice, and Joe Flacco just eating up because their defense wasn't adjusting. So. I don't think it's over for the Steelers. I just think that they do need to start adjusting certain things, especially on defense. But yeah, that was wild that Flacco did that. I was just, damn, man. I know both of them are hurt being over 40 years old.
Yeah. They went straight to the ice tub, and they had work done all night and all week long. But no, as you mentioned, right, Flacco, only his second game in Cincinnati, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns. You talked about Jamar Chase taking the field off the defense twice for a franchise record, 16 receptions, 161 yards, and a TD, making him, your professor's fun fact here, the fourth receiver in NFL history with 2 games of at least 14 catches in a single season. How about that? The Bengals also scored on 7 of their last 8 possessions, which is very important for a team that's trying to get into the groove. And you're right, AP, Chase Brown, best game thus far of the year when everybody thought he was going to, continue from where he left off last year. He's had a little bit of a sophomore slump up until this point. 108 rushing yards on only 11 carries is pretty good for his second 100 rushing yard game of his career. It's not over for the Steelers, Clubber D, but I do think that it is a bad win for them because I think that, again, it comes down to the tiebreaker. And as AP mentioned, if they can hold serve till Burrow gets back, that could change the tide completely here in the AFC North. And then we still got, well, as mentioned, you mentioned AP Lamar Jackson and what is going to happen there as well. So the AFC North completely up in the air as of now. We will, as always, let you know how. Well, yes, that's right. Thursday was the Unk Bowl. Ain't that the truth? It was out there. Got they somebody said sponsored by Bengay. I think it was Bobby G. Said sponsored by Bengay.
Sponsored by Bengay, Metamucil, and AARP.
Yeah. So, 33-31. Again, that's the game we were talking about, Bengals versus Steelers. Any final thoughts on this game here, gentlemen?
I mean, it just makes that division more exciting. We all wrote off the Bengals, but now everyone's will be tuned in to see if that's just a fluke game, just like a Thursday jinx, or is that the real Bengals moving forward until Burrow gets back?
I like it. All right, let's check out the early the schedule for today. We're not going to go through all these games because a lot of games were booty juice basura. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to list off a few games here, gentlemen, the ones that we're not going to discuss in length. And if you have any thoughts on any of them, you're just give them to me. But let me list them out real quick because there's no point in really talking about these blowouts and crappy games. First of all, the early game in London. I don't know why they keep doing this. They might as well just put a team out there so they're not jet lagged every week going out there and playing these sloppy, crappy games. 35-7 Rams over Jaguars. We also had the Patriots 31-13 over the Titans. You had the Browns 31-6 over the Dolphins. You had the Bears 26-14 over the Saints. You had the and finally, you had the Booty Juice Award of the Week game goes to the Panthers over the Jets, 13-6. By God, as Jim Ross would say, what a horrible game that was. 0-7 is what the Jets moved to. Clubber D, do you have any thoughts on these horrible starting early?
I'd say, the Jets game, I was actually peeping the game a little bit, and they finally benched Fields, which was a long time coming. I was happy to see Tyrod because I'm a big Hokie fan. He's one of my favorite Hokie quarterbacks, but he underthrew two crucial passes like back to back and kept on throwing to JC Horn. And I was like, bro, he intercepted you twice. Like, what are you doing, Tyrod? But the Jets, they're close in a lot of these games, like the Broncos game last week. They're close. Their defense is keeping them in winning situations. Just the offense is just terrible. I mean, my high school, we just had our 25th year reunion this weekend, and shout out to the Woodbridge Vikings, and we beat Freedom 72-0 on Friday. Okay, that was better offense than what I saw the Jets today. It's just terrible. But yes,
yeah, really, really early blowouts and booty juice games. AP, do you have anything on any of these bad games?
I mean, what's going on in Miami? How do you give up 31 points to the Browns? Like,
wowzers!
You come out last week. You show life. You feel like you were one score away from winning on a Monday night, and then you don't even bother showing up in Cleveland. Like, I know the Browns defense is great. They're a great defense. I got to give Cleveland props because they finally listened to the fan base, and the fan base has been saying, give it to Quinshawn Junkins, please. Run the damn ball. They finally did it today, and Quinshawn had a monster game. Dolphins are trash. Jets are trash.
I think I got something for your the Dolphins. The reason why, two things. One, Tua calling the team out last week when he's like people showing up late, whatever. I know that's gonna be really something, but Mike McDonald, disciple of Kyle Shanahan, Jim Schwartz's defenses always give Kyle Shanahan's offenses trouble. So I think that kind of was with it too. That's the only thing I could think of besides just Miami being Miami.
I mean, to be completely honest, though, this is not what we expected. This fall from grace of the Miami Dolphins is, I mean, just last year, they were a 9-10 win team. The year before that, they were 11-12 win team. So, hey, shout out Bobby G, the tribal chief of sports and entertainment podcasting. We appreciate you, brother, for tuning in. Y'all go check out him and Mars football show Thursday evenings after the games. Awesome show. But yeah, we've seen this fall from grace steadily now for a couple years of the Miami Dolphins, and it's not good, and it's not going to get any better. If it's an important notification, please let us know. Always love SportsCenter. But again, the fall from grace.
Tell me the Cowboys finished off Washington, so there's your other juice game of the day. Washington didn't bother. There you go.
We'll have to talk about it because we brought you on, and hopefully Peach will show his face, but we don't know yet. We'll see. We know he's listening.
Medicine, Peach. Come take your medicine.
Anyways, so the fall from grace for the Miami Dolphins this past year has been stunning. In no less words. So we're looking at them now. I'm looking at their schedule right in front of me. They're a 1-6 team. They go on the road to the Falcons next week. That could easily be an L. They play the Ravens and the Bills and the Commanders at home the next 3 games. So if they don't get it turned around at home, and those Bills and Commanders games, especially if they have Jaden Daniels back, are going to be very, very tough games anyways. And maybe the Ravens, if they have Lamar back, that's still 11 days from now, so it's possible. Then they go into a bye week. What is the over-under that Mike McDaniel even makes it to the bye week?
Tuesday.
How is he still coaching? How is he still
Tuesday? Yeah, I agree.
I feel like he should have been fired last week, or at least the week before. You're seeing it in the press conferences. You're seeing it on the field now. It's the entire team's checked out. They've completely checked out. Tua's starting to kind of do things on his own. We're kind of just, and obviously there was a lot of talk back in the day with how his relationship was with Brian Flores, and we're starting to kind of see that Tua come out now with Mike McDaniel, and it's not good in Miami. Like how do you still have guys with jobs in Miami right now with how badly they've coached and how badly some of these players have played?
Broncos about to go for the game-winning field goal right now. Okay. You get my reaction in about 2 seconds. But I was talking to a Miami insider yesterday at a party, and
the Cuban.
Yep, the Rubik's Cuban. Yeah, Broncos just won. So he said there's a lot of stuff with Flores because Flores never wanted Tua, and also the way they got Flores up out of there, and I guess their GM has some dirt on them about some. Because remember, Flores has sued them, so there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Probably why they haven't fired their coach or their GM. I don't know if they signed some NDAs, but I think there's more to that story of their suckiness, and they're just being cursed with that suckiness. And it's going to keep happening until they fix things. Clean house.
Their owner needs to sell off at this point because I don't know how he's been running it, but I've heard a lot of negative comments about their owner as well. Not just from like NFL insiders and what have you, but from actual Dolphins fans too. They're like, yeah, this guy's trash. Like, sell the team, please.
Yeah, I think Bobby. Oh no, I was gonna say Bobby makes. You can go in a second. I think Bobby makes a good point here though, because Tua signed to a long-term contract is pretty much what has kept Mike McDaniel there now to this point, especially 1-6 in the season. So
that's true.
All right,
that is true.
Well, let us go ahead and move it on. Let's check out what we got going on here. So another game we want to talk about, the best game of the early games, gentlemen, was a 28-22 victory for the Eagles. Much needed victory here for the maligned champions. Never seen champions be so slandered from week to week. But let's be completely honest. their offense had been a little bit of a little stale, a little bit of neutral, so to say. And they were not getting the ball in the air. And boy, oh boy, did that change today. 326 yards and 3 TDs for Jalen Hurts. They were bombing it out. 2 long touchdowns to A.J. Brown, just making people miss everywhere. A.J. had 2 touchdowns. And then Devontae Smith, career high, 183 receiving yards. Wowzers. What a great game this was. So finally, Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, Clever D, is starting to open up the offense. How do we feel about this game?
Well, I think Hurts I think he set the Eagle record for having like the highest rating game as an Eagle. He had a great game. He did well. But the real issue was Carson Wentz to me, because Carson Wentz could not do anything with that offense. You know, he made a couple mistakes and through the pick, I think it was a pick 6 or fumble or whatever. So their defense kept him there, but kicking field goals is not going to win the game. They had chances to take the lead and win that game, but you know, Carson Wentz played like he was betting against his own team or something.
The pumpkin has fallen already for Carson Wentz. He didn't even make it to the playoffs. I know, Peach, that you showed up just in time because you wanted to talk about this, because you bring it up all the time, that maybe keeping Sam Darnold one more year was the way to go, especially with the injured rookie. Tell us more about that, Peach.
Seattle says thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Seattle says thank you. I mean, you know what the real issue is? I think Wentz might be better than J.J. McCarthy, and I think they're kind of hiding McCarthy. It's a sprained ankle. How are you out for like 8 weeks?
Okay.
And he was really bad when he played, right? I think they're scared to play him again this year. I think they're going to.
Interesting.
I don't know, man.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
as someone who had to watch that. As someone who had to watch that Sunday night game against Atlanta for the post game later on, yeah, he did not look good in that game at all. He was awful. Like, holy cow, it's bad.
I mean, a 64.9 rating isn't good, AP. You got any other thoughts on that game?
I think Brian Flores just gave the NFL the formula to finally stop the push.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. I like how they defended it. You're gonna get a guy literally laying down right next to the ball so that they can't get the leverage. I like that, and it gave them a false start off of it. So you could see Philly wasn't really ready for that. And again, I'm still concerned about their defense a little bit, guys. I know the offense played great today, but you still really didn't play well defensively in the second half. How do you allow 13, 14 points second half against the Minnesota team that struggled early on in that game? Like that's my only concern with Philly, is that yes, they played great. A majority of that though is in the first half.
They're also inconsistent on offense too. It's like either the run game's going well and the pass game isn't, or the pass game is going well and the run game isn't. So I don't know. They're not as good as last year, but they're still good enough to, win the NFC. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say they're not good enough to win the NFC.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think there's always that chance, right? And so if they're still in it, I mean, you might as well, try to just get off his. Wow, that's what I was trying not to pause. Anyways, I'm just going to continue moving. Let's go ahead and move it on. So yeah, more games early on. We had this one here, which just finished off, Peach. I'm about to take my medicine in a second, so you can go ahead and take yours right now since we brought the special guest AP on. I put the score there earlier in the fourth quarter because I did it at the beginning. It turned out to be the same exact score, a 44-22 ass whooping. But more importantly, and I want you to answer this question first, how is Jaden Daniels? What have you heard from inside Redskins camp?
Haven't heard much else than everybody else. It's a hammy. He'll probably be out a few weeks. But it's okay because I'm joining Omar in mock draft season because it's over. The defense is just horrendous. And I'm going to say this, and this is going to be controversial, okay? Fuck you, Terry McLaurin. Your fucking hold-ass, bitch-ass shit was the catalyst to this, to the bad season. I'm telling you, man. Him holding out when he's already under contract, being a fucking selfish bitch this year, which he never was. No, it was all selfish this year, man. You're 30. We gave you a big contract, your second deal. Don't hold him holding out like just I don't know. It just took the juju away, and I've been saying it since the preseason. The juju has been gone, and then the defense is the defense. Joe Witt is going to be the guy that's going to take the fall for it. But man, I'm worried because it really is Dan Quinn's defense.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Is it Joe Witt's defense? No, our head coach is a defensive guy. So it just stinks, man. It's just like I don't know. I'm a little angrier than I probably should be, but so I'm probably saying angry things. That's why I came on a little late too, and I wanted to watch the end of that Giants game. So I had to come on a little bit later because I've been angry.
I know how it feels.
A little angry? A little angry? Is that what you're? This is Peach right here.
This is just a little. You should have saw me earlier. Not on camera.
Frankenstein. Get the fuck out of here.
That's Peach right now.
And I hate to say, if you go by this year right now, my quarterback's number 4 in our division. I hate it. Like it's like.
But he was also injured. To be fair, he was injured.
Right, but then again,
all the
people that talked all that shit, he's going to be injury prone because of his frame. They look right, and I hate it. I don't want them to be right, but right now, what can I say?
I mean, you all had the RG3 already once, so we've talked about not wanting to see that happen again. AP, what were your thoughts on? Oh, go ahead.
And I don't even want to talk about it. It makes it worse that Drake May is fucking looking like a superstar. So it's just like just everybody pissing on Pete in the football during the football season. And let's not even talk about Maryland later. Just cut that.
Let the slide. Let the slide. Okay, cut the slide. He said, "Take that slide out." I know you already made a slide for that shit. Take that shit out. AP, what you got for us on this one?
The sooner Washington gets out of that stadium, the better, because they really need another stadium. That stadium has caused so many injuries. It's crazy. Dallas needed this. They needed this type of game after what happened to them last week to Carolina. I know Carolina's playing good right now, but defensively they needed this. Deron Bland getting the pick 6, that had to be helpful for him. Having a running game for the first time in like 3, 4, 5 years is a blessing now because it allows you to have sustainability on offense, keep the opposing offense off the field because you're going to need to. Now, with how poor your defense has played, they shifted back to man coverage. I know people have already ridiculed me on this. I know Washington didn't have their top 3 receivers. I know Jaden got hurt. But this was a morale boosting thing for the Cowboys defense. They needed a game like this to kind of get their confidence going. And I understand with the Terry thing, we went through the same thing this year with Micah. That's why Jerry traded him. Could have traded him a little earlier, probably not a week before the season. But and now I think I told this to Omar and Clover D before we went on. I am firmly on team trade Trayvon Diggs because he was not in the lineup today. Got into an accident before this week. All of a sudden, him not being on the field, you've seen the morale shift. You've seen the attitude shift. They played more aggressive today. They played in aggressive man coverage today. I like what I saw from Michael Bridges, the rookie, who he played pretty well today. We'll be getting I can't remember who it was. We'll be getting Kalen Carson back soon. We'll be getting DeMarvion Overshown back soon, which will help boost that defense. Again, they needed this today for just morale purposes. Good on Matt Eberflus. Good on Matt Eberflus. A lot of shit talk, including from me, saying he needed to be fired. He needed to go away. He called a good game today, so I can't be mad at him today. He did what he needed to do.
And one thing, Clubber D, that has been consistent all year long, while AP has astutely pointed out the defense performed a little better today, has been the offense. Dak Prescott going for another 3 touchdowns, including a 74-yarder to CeeDee Lamb. He's been up there in everybody's MVP picks so far this year. How did you feel about this game?
And he should be. Dak is having another one of those years where he's on point. Okay, we all criticize Dak. It's because it's the Cowboys. You know, the over always on the TV. They're always talking about on First Take, but this is justified this time. Dak is he's on that level at this point. As far as what Peach had mentioned with the holdout, I feel your pain. You did that to us last year, and karma came around, and he tore his knee against the Chiefs. It looked like trash when we started the season. So holdouts do affect the team, affects morale. Kind of, I'm not a fan of that stuff. But again, I look at it from both sides. Players do need to get paid. It's not my money, so I get mad to a certain point. But I completely understand how you feel.
No, but he's under contract this year, though. He's not a free agent. That's what pisses me off.
I know. But again,
it was the same with Micah too. He still had a 1-year deal, and
I mean, I think
that's why Jerry. That's why Jerry ultimately was like, you know what? If you're not going to play ball,
this is what happens. This is how the NFL is nowadays. They don't do this in basketball, nothing like that. It sucks because as us as fans, we're like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Well, you come back out there. But as them, they're like, oh, I'm not going to go out there. I want to get paid more. It's just it's a thing. It's annoying. It's very annoying. And yes, the morale. It's kind of like, I don't know if he was a holdout or hold in, like it means a damn thing. But it's drama that a team doesn't need, and it leaks over. I would say there has been a rise, and trust me, I know being a Niner fan, of these soft tissue injuries lately in sports, especially in football. I don't know what. I know they changed the training and the preseason one less game, and they also changed the practices, not as many. But a lot of these guys are messing their hammies up, and it's so annoying because they're going to be out about 4 weeks, about say three weeks maybe tops, depending on how bad it is, if it's a tear or something like that. And like you said, Peach, they're just feeding into the whole Jane Daniels is frail, he's not going to be able to last, and there you go. And I'll end with this is just you guys are an old team, and it's starting to show. It's just starting to show in certain areas.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with Washington this year was their defense. I don't think they did enough to address their defensive needs. He lost a couple big pieces on that defensive line too, which, the one guy they did keep had a pretty good game today. He was a game record for the entire game for the most part. Deron Payne's phenomenal, but you can't just have him on that defensive line.
Well, what a big swing and a whiff by Peters trading for Lattimore. I don't even want to talk about that bum. Golly,
he's got him too.
And then he talks shit and gets penalties. Like, I can't take it.
Yeah. GP had his way with him today.
And then I'll talk about another weapon that you didn't talk about either. Is Aubrey? You didn't really need him today, but God, kicking a 60-yarder like it's nothing is just. It's insane.
He's at the most 60-yard field goals in NFL history. He's got 5.
And it's easy. He makes it so easy. It's just like it's frustrating.
He would have that 60-yarder. I saw the next gen stat on it. It would have been good from 80.
Oh, I agree.
Damn!
It was right down the middle too. Like it wasn't even.
Is he human?
He's a soccer player. He's a soccer player. That's why
his kick was so strong to knock Peach off.
He knocked Peach off out again.
What's funny about the whole thing is that 3 years ago he wasn't even playing football. Like I guess him and his wife were watching football on TV. We're watching kickers miss kicks all the time, and she literally looked at him and was like, "You can do that."
Yeah.
I was like, and he's like, "You know what? I'll give it a try." He goes to the USFL, goes play for the Birmingham Stallions, does great there, gets a contract from Dallas, and now he's probably one of the best long-range kickers in NFL history.
Yep, that's good stuff.
There you go.
Good story.
All right,
we'll be soon.
There you go. Yeah, we had some really good games in the second half. So let's go ahead and move on to the late games and get rid of all those early games that were booty juice. And we'll move it on to the start. This one, the Colts 38, Chargers 24. Any quick thoughts on that game? Obviously, the Colts blowing them out there. We don't need to stick very long on that, but anybody had thoughts on this?
Daniel Jones, still an MVP finalist as of today, gentlemen. Unbelievable performance by him again.
Pretty crazy.
Amazing what happens when you take quarterbacks out of New York.
I know.
3 TDs by JT though too. So let's not
no doubt
over that fact as well.
No doubt.
A healthy Jonathan Taylor plus a great offensive line plus weapons he can throw to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Davy Jones is going to be playing.
You don't have to do much when your offensive line's blocking for you. You got a great running back. You do not have to. Just don't mess up.
Let's not take away their defense either. Their defense has been playing pretty well too. That's an underrated defense. A lot of people are writing Indianapolis off because of just the team itself. Because they got Daniel Jones as quarterback. That team might win the division this year. They could be a lot to win the AFC South this year.
They should win the division with 6-1. But yeah, no. One thing you said was offensive line play, right? And the problem is the Chargers. They had their two best tackles hurt.
Yeah.
Slater out. Now Justin Herbert. I'm watching this game and he's just running for his life. Every play, I'm like, this is just not good. So not sure what's going to happen to the Chargers, but now 4-3, and the Chiefs are on their way back up. And we might as well throw that in there. I was going to talk about it last, but the Chiefs beating my Raiders ass 31-0. That was an ass whooping of epic proportions, as we like to call it in our friends group, the 703 boys. Ass whooping casserole was what that was. It was very bad. It tasted bad. I don't want any more of it. I'm sick and tired of this team. I'm sick and tired of this franchise. I'm used to it by now, though, so I can't be as mad as Peach because at least he had some winning years there for a couple bit before he went. Like we have just sucked. We've sucked since the Super Bowl. We never got better. We had a couple years with John Gruden, and then Peach conspired with Bruce Allen to take the Raiders out. And now the Raiders have sucked ever since.
I was going to say, did you just like put a hex on the organization in 2002 or what? Because it's been like you had a Super Bowl caliber team for 2 years in a row that looked great. Rich Gannon was playing at an MVP level. They get their ass kicked in that Super Bowl. And
they got cheated that one year. Saragusa did a damn Yokozuna splash on Gannon. That was a cheat. They didn't call a penalty on that.
Hey, what about the tuck rule, too? Let's bring that up.
Yeah, you know what? You really want to dig the needle in there, huh, Needler?
He's with the millions. It's that world heavyweight float. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure float.